2020, a year of many unforeseen challenges, where all had to adjust to a new reality. And despite it all, gotkushTV was and still is here to serve you. And what a year it's been. We began the repatriation journey with our new show, Voyage to Motherland. We dropped the knowledge as you took your seats in the Kush Community and joined us to hold a meds with the Ankh Doctor. gotkushTV invited you to get involved in conscious, controversial conversation and enter, decipher. And when the world went into lockdown, we kept you connected with the Quarantine Convos. We kept our finger on the pulse of the community with coverage of the Reparations Rebellion and the Black Pound Day all day. Not to mention more wordsmith and a slew of new music video releases for your viewing pleasure and the official launch of the gotkushTV website. We also brought you events including Women of Power and of course Black Trinity. Now, in 2021, gotkushTV is continuing to level up the thing. First up, we are pleased to inform you that gotkushTV.com is open to exclusive memberships. Sign up to any of our membership tiers and you will gain access to playbacks from all our events and an ever-growing list of exclusive original content, including interviews, documentaries, and shows such as Kush Community. To become an official member of gotkushTV.com, simply hit the membership tab. Stay tuned for continued updates. Then there's the new shows. Look out for more Decipher, Wordsmith, Hold a Meds with the Ankh Doctor, and weekly episodes of Quarantine Convos focused on health, wellness, education, and inspiration for our community. As always, the gotkushTV film team is available for hire to cover all your events, adverts, infomercials, and all filming needs. Visit us at gotkushtv.com for hire inquiries and more information. Stand by all Black businesses through our website, social media, and show content. We have monumental advertising, sponsorship, and network opportunities catering specially for you. Check out the advertising page on gotkushtv.com for more information. gotkushTV is in full flight to join us for the ride. There's 4 things you can do. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell to make sure you don't miss a release. Join us on all social media and hit up gotkushtv.com to subscribe to our mailing list and sign up to become a gotkushTV member for exclusive opportunities in the near future. Let us know you are feeling our content by hitting that ever so important button of approval. Comment. We want to hear your feedback on everything we are putting out. So make sure your presence is felt in the comment section. Share. Spread the word by hitting that share button and exposing your circle to the magnificence that is gotkushTV. We are looking forward to building with you throughout 2021 and servicing you with high quality Black media production. gotkushTV, beyond discussion, beyond debate, we put the power in Black media. Black Trinity, gotkushTV's exclusive pre-Kwanzaa showcase is now available for you to watch absolutely free. In conjunction with Ghana, the On the Return series, we have brought the African diaspora experience directly to you. To watch this monumental event absolutely free, simply register for membership at gotkushtv.com and you will receive access to Black Trinity as well as more exclusive content, including Reggie Rockstone, Yusufu Jallo, VVN, Malachi Selassie, Daddy Makes Dough, Tods, King Wiz, Tubada, Ras Ashiba, Mama Sia, Brother Leader Bandaka, Israel, Sister Moots, Carla Marie, Yemaya Sankofa, Goldflow, and a special Voyage to Motherland panel discussion. All this and more, hosted by Nat Nye and Stella B. Register now at gotkushtv.com. Black Lives Matter, Black Power, Reparations, featuring Esther Stanford Jose, Leo Muhammad, and Jendai Serwa. 3 the hard way in conversation about the connectivity and differences between these 3 movement building concepts and how we as a people move forward towards Black liberation and Pan-African nation building. To watch this powerful and insightful breakdown, simply register now at gotkushTV.com to view this and more exclusive membership content. You can watch this event absolutely free. Register now at gotkushTV.com. Gotkush TV, we put the power in Black media. How to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era. An illustrious panel of health professionals ready to guide you in maintaining optimum wellness in the midst of the global pandemic. Featuring Stephen Sali of the Mariandina Foundation, Ikong of How to Eat to Live, Leah Salmon, the Naturally You Coach, and Kensu Ayim Hotep of the Naturally Holistic Wellness Group. To watch these powerful and life-affirming presentations, simply register at gotkushtv.com for this and even more exclusive content. You can watch this event through Gotkush TV Premium. Gotkush TV, championing the wellness of our community.
The Woman of Power Summit, a monumental event dedicated to profiling the work of African women around the world, past, present and future, featuring Affiong El Affiong, Ronoku Rashidi, the Goddess Neith Knight, Tony Warner, Ari Ma'at and Celine Ekigwe. To watch the Woman of Power Summit, simply register at gotkushtv.com for this and even more exclusive content. Gotkush TV, we put the power in Black media.
Quarantine Convos. Enjoy weekly discussions with people from around the world, assisting us in dealing with this normal, mentally, spiritually, and physically. We feature nutritionists, psychologists, therapists, personal trainers, home educators, legal experts, and more, bringing you all the information and inspiration you need. Check out Quarantine Convos every Thursday from 7 p.m, live on Gotkush TV.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. I am in. Yes, indeed, kings and queens. Yes, indeed, kings and queens. Welcome to another edition of Gotkush TV Quarantine Convos in the building. You done know we're there and we not got nowhere. Oh my days. Let me make sure the people them, can see I good and proper. All on the kings and queens, you know what I mean? Because you know say, you want to see I properly, So, yeah, man. Well, yeah, just give thanks, Give thanks for being here and all of these things. All right, family. We're here. Let me know if you can hear me, though, family. Yeah, I just want to know if everybody can hear me. All right. So, anybody that's watching right now, give me a signal in the chat, kings and queens. Give me a signal in the chat. Let me know that I can be heard good and properly, and we shall proceed dutifully with the evening's proceedings. As you can see, our guest today is Brother Davis Williams of the Manhood Academy Global Kings and Queens. It's going to be an excellent conversation because, Brother Davis is a man of a lot of energy and a lot of love, for his community, Kings and Queens. And so we look forward to conversing with our brother. We start at 7 p.m. regardless, but our brother is completing some work at the moment with a group of young people. So he'll be joining us shortly. So do stay tuned right about now. You know what I'm saying? Just stay tuned and we'll bring Brother Davis through to you in a due course. All right. Let me see. I'm not okay. So all right. We got him, Kings and Queens. Him there. So we're gonna go through in a second. Stay tuned, family. So all right, big up to Known Child. Yeah, yep, we can hear me. That's good. Before I get into the thing, kings and queens, I want to send a special shout out, yeah, love and condolences to the family of the legend, yeah, the legend that is Bunny Wailer, kings and queens. Neville Livingston is the birth name, yeah, also known as Bunny Wailer, also known as Jabi, the last living member up until a couple days ago of the original Wailers, kings and queens. Yes, indeed. You know, might have to start the show with a little tribute still because we raised upon them Monday, the music, yeah. As a stalwart of reggae music, as an elder within Rastafari, passed away a few days ago at the age of 73. So we want to send love and condolences to his friends and his family. We want to send a special prayer for his wife, yeah, Sister Jean Watt, who went missing last year, around May, I believe it was last year, and all now hasn't been found. And we understand that Baba Bunny was, you know, obviously in a state of distress for much of his, you know, from that time until now, basically. And so we hope that, you know, wherever she is, that, you know, well, I mean, I don't know if you could say whether she's safe, but we hope that she's, you know, at least alive. And if not, then we give thanks, you know, that their spirits will be able to rejoin in the ancestral realm, you know. But we give thanks for our legacy of great works, great music, and especially message music. gotkushTV is about the message in the music, kings and queens. That's what Wordsmith is all about. And in the legacy of Bunny Wailer, we have a full catalog and history, yeah, of message music, all right, within the realms of Rastafari. So we give thanks to Rastafari, because without Rastafari, nothing we wouldn't even know about nothing about blackness and Africa and all these things, kings and queens, yeah. So yeah, man, big up to everybody around the world who's paying tribute to Bunny Wailer right now. Listen to the Black Heart Man album if you have not done so already. You know, very, 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 very illustrious legacy. From the time here saying passway, you know, I don't think I've listened to another artist, you know what I mean, apart from briefly Ras Ashaba, because he did send me, you know, while the recording still, yeah, man. But you know, it's there's a lot of stuff when we're dealing with a great man like Bunny Wailer, you know. So yeah, man, I had to go into that quickly. Raise Pandem Monday, and that's it. All right, family, as we come into today, Quarantine Convos for this, the 4th of the month we call March in the year 2021, in the state of isolation and lockdown and all of these things. The community, as we know, yeah, has many challenges, be they mental, be they physical, be they spiritual. And there are many people in our community who are charged with the responsibility of continuing their work in terms of providing services, yeah, of healing and development for our community, regardless of what going on out there. And so our guest today is one such individual, you know, well known in the communities, particularly for his work with the young people, kings and queens. He is the founder of the Manhood Academy, along with many other institutions. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go into all of the things that he's involved in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But as you come through, family, like up the video. Yeah, like up the video. Hit that like button and raise the profile of this video all over the World Wide Web. Make use of the chat feature, yeah, you know what I'm saying, on the right of the video. Check out gotkushTV.com and sign up to our mailing list to stay tuned for all updates. Big things are going, you know, in the next couple of months, yeah, for gotkushTV. There's a few, you know, new shows coming out, new episodes of established shows and all these things. So I want to send a special shout out to the whole entire gotkushTV team, from the directors all the way through, yeah, you know what I'm saying, to the presenters, you know, the cast for the various different shows, all the behind the scenes people, them, and from the photographer to the filmer and all these things. So Brother Davis, we're going to bring you through right now. Kings and Queens, yeah, you know what I'm saying, this is going to be an extremely important one. As you know, the theme, yeah, for Quarantine Convos in this season is going to be health and wellness. All right. And so last week, we had a very, very important conversation with Sister Tierney Cherie and the release of her new book, Fostering Forced Identity, where she was delving into and breaking down the issue of the fostering and the adoptions, the social welfare system in the United States of America. Very, very, very informative, conversation. And I encourage you, if you have not seen it already, to go check it out. Sister Tierney Cherie of African Esquire TV is a very, very erudite, purposeful and powerful sister in our global Black African community. And so I look forward to you checking that out and giving your feedback in the comment section. Right, Brother Davis was with us. Him seemed to have disappeared, so I'm just waiting for him to get back before I bring him through. Once he turns on his camera, you know what I'm saying, I'll bring him back into the building, kings and queens. All right. Okay, he's here, kings and queens. So let me bring him through right about now. 1 second. All on there. Brother David.
What's up, my man? How you doing, G?
Greetings. Can't complain with they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, so this one's overdue. Yeah, you know what I'm
Brother,
saying?
I don't think you understand. You're talking about years, you know, like even decade, like probably a decade overdue, you know.
Not quite. It's overdue still. It's overdue. You know what I mean? So it's a pleasure to have you on, my good brother. And man, just to let you know, bro, that I'm saying, as I messaged you, that the theme that we're dealing with for this season of Quarantine Convos is all about our health and our wellness. As individuals and a community, as a community. So we're kind of profiling and bringing through all of the people that in our community that are taking care of us. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That are trying to do work for us, especially within the context of the now, you know, all the challenges of the now. And you are one such individual, my brother, right? Like, we're gonna get into the car, your profile, and your resume, you know what I'm saying, your curriculum vita is it long, and it have enough legs, you know, see. So we want to explore the works that you do in our community with the hope of raising the profile and making people aware. So just in general, my brother, like just give our viewers a bit of a profile as to who you are. Who is Davis J. Williams?
I mean, that's one of those questions I hate, you know. You can ask me anything you want, but when you ask me, like, even when I meet people, what you do? I'm like, boy, like, what are you interested in? Do you know what I mean? First and foremost, I'm a servant of the Most High, of the ancestors, you know, everything that I do is the blessings that come through me. You understand? So I don't take no credit for anything that I do. Like, you get what I'm saying? You know, even if you see me on social media just popping up, just making some noise, it's the ancestors that make me do it. You know, so don't blame me. You know, just ashe. You know what I'm saying? But you know, first and foremost, I'm a father of two amazing children. I love Arsenal. I'm a football player, so I love sports. I'm a kid at heart, so I love laughing. I love laughter. I love that leg back energy, you know. I just love to giggle and do pranks and stuff. But the other side of me as well, I love working with the younger generation, just freedom that they have. You can hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you good, bro. We can hear you. Family, let us know if you can hear Brother Davis clearly. Give us a link, a signal in the chat and these things. But let us know you can hear Davis clearly. Bigging up Known Child and also bigging up Daddy Makes Dough in the building. Jeez. Give
Daddy Makes Dough, man. Me like that. Me like that.
Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I just love working with young people just because of they're so dynamic. They got that fire within them, and I'm kind of a fiery individual, you know. So work with young people, and when you're working with young people, you can't just do one thing because they're so creative, you know. They move so fast. So I ended up doing as many things as the young people to try and engage them, from football, basketball. I love playing chess, and because I'm a little bit of a hustler as well, I try and make a living out of the things that I'm now passionate about, you know. So I'm a raw food chef, so I love cooking idle food and everything. I made a little business out of it. Chess, I made a little business out of it, you know. Mentoring, I made a little business out of it. So it's just so I don't have to go into Babylon and then get lost in the muck and mire. I can stay amongst the people, amongst the young people, and hopefully as well, when the empire is at a certain stage, I can bring them on board and give them employment and them thing there, you know. So anything that you can think about with young people, that's what I do. As long as it's positive and enriching, that's what I plug into. But my most particular interest right now is the development of young boys into men. That's something, because it's something that I didn't have I didn't have those speech. No one really taught me about puberty or none of them things that I learned from Hulk Hogan and you know what I mean, like you know, WWF, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's the area that I'm looking into, and yeah, a lot of my conversations right now with young people is helping them through that transition from adolescence, you know, young boyism into like strong, healthy king that can, you know, heal our community. So
King,
man,
yes, King.
that's what I do in a nutshell.
Let me first start by saying that I don't follow football, but from what I understand, if you're an Arsenal supporter right about now, you're in mourning. You know what I mean? You know, so you get me. So commiserations. Right now, you know the way they can get me. But yeah,
man.
All right, so let's get into this. Let's start with Manhood Academy Global, yeah. And we'll touch on some of the rest of what you do. All right. In fact, before I even ask you that, yeah, in a lot of the things that you do, because obviously it requires interaction, it requires space, yeah. And I know you, bro, you're a very interactive person, yeah. So the energy and the spirit of being able to communicate and connect with people is very important to what you do, yeah. But we're upon lockdown, yeah, we're upon isolation, we're upon 2 meters apart and them thing there, yeah, and all these things, all right, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
mask and everything, boy.
All them thing there. So has the current climate and the restrictions of the current climate affected your work, yeah, your ability to provide the services for the community, and if so, how?
Yeah, 100%, man. So it's got 2 elements. It's got the pros and cons in it, you know. Right. So in terms of the pros, it's forced us to become more digital. So all of the content that we've had to digitalize it so we can provide it to people that's streaming from all over the world. So and that's the second thing, you know. Now we're in connection with people globally who are coming onto our platform, you know, to learn the things, you know what I'm saying, and to build, which is amazing. The negative side is we've lost some young people who, like we was physically around them, headlocking them, thing they're reasoning. Like they're not coming on Zoom. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're all zoomed out. So so we've lost that kind of interaction with them as well. And I'm hoping when things resume back, we can begin that physical side. So yeah, it has its pros and cons. In terms of the actual brand, you know, and it being out there, it's helped. You know, we're much more digital now, but our work is, you know, physical. You have to be in your space. You have to be able to breathe the energy. You know, it's you know what it's like as well. Even having this conversation now, 1 second I'm looking here, then I'm looking up there, like it's one of them things there. You know,
I know how it goes. I know how it goes. Family, I didn't get to say, forgive me, Sister Mutt. As you know, Quarantine Convos now has a co-host in Sister Mutt, who's unable to be with us today. She's otherwise engaged. Yeah, she has another program. Yes. But she did send her love to everybody, yourself and the listeners and the viewers. Yeah. But she started a tradition last week that I want to continue, and basically she wants to start the shows, with an African proverb, all right. And so I did mean to do that, one that was great, right, for this conversation, especially with Brother Davis here, and that is the African saying: if you do not initiate the children into the village, they will burn it down just to feel its warmth. If you do not initiate the children into the village, they will burn it down just to feel its warmth. Are you familiar with that saying? Yeah,
you know, and I remember hearing that quote when I was younger, but I paid no attention to it. It's only now I'm a grown man, now I'm alert. So that's why maybe I'm making a lot of noise about all of these things there, because it's new to me. You understand what I'm saying? And and it helps me to connect or understand where the young people are at. You know? And I've always said, and it's kind of like the missing link, that initiation part. And I remember when I was younger and I was bringing my daughter to Saturday school, and I heard, you know, like you and your family talk about rites of passage. Even then I was like, what's this rites of passage thing? I see your hair all gone. I'm like, what happened to your brother's hair? You know what I mean? You know? And even then it was just a word. I didn't really connect with it. But it was only when I had my experience and I understood that, okay, that's what it is, you know? And what I've realized is, like, I've always, like, for the last 15, 20 years, I've been frontline working in different community settings with young people, with the community as well, with parents, with local authority, stop and search, marches, meetings with government. And one thing I've noticed is you'd always see people, adults, but you don't see the youth them. Like, where are the young people them? You understand what I'm saying? And when you go into the community and I'm speaking to the youngers, it's like, wow, they're not listening to us. So there was that little divide, and that's where I see now, like young people don't feel included in it. Young people don't feel initiated into what we're doing. They seem like there's a problem, or you lot stay over there, you them, and we'll do what we're doing over here. But with that quote now, it kind of like highlights the problem, innit? Even like today, anytime something happens in the community, it's the youth them, it's the youth them, it's the youth them. London's burning, but you know, we need to initiate them in what we're doing, and that's a community, you know, approach. Is not left to one individual, you know.
Yes, King. Yes, King. Give thanks for Sister Mook for starting that tradition. Still,
yes.
It allows us to focus the conversation, and you know, and bring some ancestral wisdom.
Trust me, man.
Very, very
I
powerful.
can feel it, man.
And yes, you heard correctly, family. You know what I'm saying? Brother Davis's children used to attend the Al-Quran Academy of Excellence. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, and so man, you know, we a lot of good times there. Yes, we went through processes of initiation in the Al-Quran Revivalist movement, and so I connected immediately when I heard the call for the Manhood Academy to understand the importance of the institution, you know what I'm saying, and the development of what you were trying to put into practice at that moment in time. So give our viewers a kind of an idea of what went into the initiation of the Manhood Academy. Okay,
so like, you know, sometimes in life things happen back to front, you know. So I had no intention of doing no Manhood Academy, no rites of passage, no manhood. That was not my plan. All I know is I was working with young people, and I got to a place where I was just fed up. It's like all of my sacrifice, all of my hard work, I just didn't see the impact that I was having in the community. I didn't see no impact nowhere. There came an opportunity where, I can go on holiday, you know. So my uncle Huey from, you know, Huey Rose from AG Associates, you know, an amazing charity who do lots of work in the Gambia and on the motherland, and they do excursions. You know, I met him one day and he told me, you should come Gambia. Even then I was like, even though like I'm like Pan-African, I want to go Jamaica, you know, but I wasn't really on Gambia at that point, you know. But he challenged me in it, man, like, you know, like a few banter here and there. And before you know it, boom, I put my deposit down. Keeping in mind, I was only looking to go on a holiday to escape, just to get my head straight and whatnot, And it was October half term, so I brought my daughter with me as well. She was 9 at the time, and I was like, okay, cool. Like me and her 1 week, like let's go Africa. Like forget Ebola. There's no Ebola out there, babe. Like let's go. And we went there and we had some fun. But when I was out there, I had an awakening. You know, it was like my DNA just started to like pop, 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 pop. It just started to spark, and I was like, oh my days, you know. There's a big difference to like reading books and being knowledgeable to actually being somewhere and witnessing it and feeling it like energetically totally different, you know. And because I'm naturally, you know, I love connecting with people. I talk a lot, as you can see. I got talking to a lot of the youngers out there in the Gambia, and I started to make observations straight away. I'm just like, wow, like you lot are different to the youths I know, like back home in London. Like you lot are cut, like the way you're sharing food, the way you're talking about politics and smoking weed at the same time. I'm just like, what? How old are you lot? Them telling me like the 14, 15s. I'm like, you lot are cut differently. So we got talking, and they kept on saying something often like bush school, you know, like they go to the bush and they learn this. And I was like, what's this bush school? Like, you know, and and one of them said straight, and this is the short version, of course. And one of them said straight, at the age of 13, you know, the uncles, the fathers, the grandfathers, like all the men, like listen to me, men, like all the men in the community, not the dad, not the brother, all of the men in the community would round up all of the teenagers and take them to the bush. Take them to the bush, and they will go. Sometimes they're there for months, like 6 months, and they're taught, you know, what manhood is. And they're not taught by lecturing; they're taught by experiences. And you know, when they was explaining, and there's certain things that they didn't want to say to me, and I understood it, you know. But I was like, wow, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I forget the young. I want to do that. So I decided to go by myself to the next year, the following year. And at the time at Gambia, every 2 years they do a rites of passage. No, they've got a festival called boom. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Roots Homecoming. And I was like a participant. There was tourists there. I was a proper tourist, my little rucksack and my phone taking pictures. And the ancestors spoke to me. You know, we didn't go through a rites of passage, but they spoke to us, they showed us what kind of things happened. And from there, I said to myself, do you know what? This is what we need to do in London. Like, this is what's missing with our young boys in London. Came back, had it all planned. I planned it out. I was writing enough out there. And I called a few brothers together to assist in the process, and spoke to Pablo, the godfather of rites of passage from Origin. He gave me his blessing, because my initial idea was I want to go work for Origin. Firstly, when I came back, I went on Facebook and I said, who's doing rites of passage? Like, I want to do more. I didn't want to really do it myself, because it was like, it's hard work by myself. Like, who wants to do that? You know what I mean? Spoke to Pablo, had a deep conversation, and I got so much respect for him. And he said, yo, brother D, like, we're in South London, innit? Like, I'm coming from East, North London. Go and do your thing over there, man. And we just link up. And boom, Manhood Academy a few months later was born.
Yes.
You know, and the whole emphasis was to take a group from here back to Africa, you know, and we achieved that in 2018, Christmas Eve, or was it Boxing Day? Yeah, Christmas Eve, we took 14 young teenagers over to the Gambia for their rites of passage experience. And it was amazing, man. And we're still recovering up to today. Like, it's no joke, bro. Like, it's a lifelong commitment. And even I was shocked. I was like, wow, like, it's no joke. This revolution, it's no joke, bro. You know this, innit? Like, it's a 24/7 hustle, 24/7, non-stop of self-development, of looking within, and most importantly, tapping in with the ancestors. It's being African. Like, there's no days off, you know?
Yes, most
don't get me started, you know, brother. Like,
it's all good, family. We're here to get you started. It's all good. But let me say this, because obviously I had the pleasure of attending the launch of Manhood Academy. I had the pleasure of speaking at the launch of Manhood. Yes. A distinct honor, and it was a powerful energy in the day. Sorry, on the day, in the place and on that day. And one of the there was two powerful moments. The first was when the brothers from Origin came on mass, to give you all the blessing, and I thought that was very, it was very moving. It was very purposeful, and I love to see that. Like, there's no competition here. We're all here for our community. And you know, as in a sense, the older brothers, either via age or via the fact that they have been doing it for longer, we're here to provide guidance and endorse, this new formation, right? And then there was another point at which the sisters came, and endorsed the thing. A group of women, endorse, what the brothers had were putting into practice at the moment. I just want a sense from you regarding your impression of the importance of those two elements of the launch.
Do you know, like, I am, you know, with the launch, right, it was like a statement, but not only was it a statement, but it was us validating the vision. Right, you know, like, we've not really consulted the parents. We've not, like, so that was us saying, community, this is what we propose to do. Like, this is the vision, and so on and so forth. And we was so shocked. Like, I'll speak for the eye in it. Like, I was so overwhelmed at how powerful that message was. And prior to that, I've not engaged in that dialogue. I've engaged in Pan-Africanism. I've engaged in, you know, slavery, religion, and all these different enslavement of our people. But I've not really delved into like trauma and masculinity and what that is. I ran away from it when I was younger. It's like, yo, that's not a conversation I want to have. I'm a man, innit? Full stop. Let's keep it moving. You know, so this brought up a new conversation for me. Even when I've been working with young people forever, and I'll never forget the days when, like, young people, you're reasoning with them, you're asking me what's going on, and they start crying, they're telling you what their troubles are. And I'm like, don't cry. Like, nah, man, I'm trying to shut that down, innit? Like, let's change the energy. Because I was insecure with them crying. So, but I was oblivious, I was blind that, you know, I was not in touch with my divine masculine, you know, I was still fractured, and engaging the other people's children and so on and so forth. So it was only when I went through the rites of passage myself, you know, the show wasn't a real rites of passage, but I had a little snippet, you know what I mean? And then I had my own experiences as well. Then I realized that, wow, you know, in the Gambia, you can't call other people's children if you've not gone through the process yourself. You know what I mean? And what's happening over here, and I'm always going about it as well. There's too many individuals in our community engaging with young people, but they're not qualified. They've not done the work on themselves, but they're still, it's dysfunctional. I've seen practices as a professional, and I'm just like, wow, you can't be doing that. Or you've just met a young person and you're telling them that you stabbed people in your past and did it. I'm just like, wow, is that your angle? You know what I mean? It's like we're reliving trauma day in and day out, and we're still going throughout the process. So during the launch, it was just us getting a sense of this is who we are, and also we're not here to we're here to add value to what's already out there. Do you know what I mean? So it was more of about solidarity, and also a lot of people, there's that notion that men can't work together. So it was our attempt at saying, yo, look, here's a group of men and we want to work together to bring healing to our community, and us taking responsibility because it's our community. So we're standing up. So that was the purpose. And it was important that we got the sisters involved, because we're there because of the queens, like our divine vessels. Like we got so much love for our mothers and our grandmother. So it was important that we got their blessing. And most importantly as well, or equally as important, is important that we got the blessing from our elders as well, like the Pablos and the Tox and the Origin crew, because they were here before us. And we need their blessing. We need their endorsement,
Yes, King. Yes, King. So I mean, so obviously you said you I remember when you started speaking about it, one of your major goals was to be able to take the young people to Gambia. Yeah. And you achieved that. Do you know what I'm saying? So well done for doing that. It's a good look, and we need some success stories in our community. So I just give our viewers an idea of what that process was like in terms of taking the young people to Gambia. And cause I believe that was a part of their initiation, right? That was like the final stage of the program. Yeah. So what was that process like for you and the young people then?
So firstly, it was hard as hell. It was hard because, like, from my understanding, it's not been done before like that. Do you know what I mean? So taking a group, and also you've got the whole self-hatred that you got to deal with, the barriers that we put up amongst our community. So we had to circumvent that, preparing the young boys to get there. It took about 2 years for us to achieve. For us to get this particular group there. During the process, some didn't want to go to Africa, so they dropped off. Some jumped in, and we did all of this with no funding whatsoever. Strict, no government funding. No, please, can we have some change, please, No, like we raised the money ourselves. GoFundMe. We hustled. We fundraised. We was all over the place. Asking people, like, donate into the vision. And it was a big vision. It was highly stressful, like no joke. It was not easy. Like there was a lot of conflict because there's a lot of barriers. Like we took the young boys away during this the holiday season, isn't it? Like Christmas. So they weren't here for Christmas with their families, and they weren't here for New Year's with their family. So already there's barriers. I wasn't with my family during that period. But one of the key components of rites of passage, as you know, is that separation. You got to separate these young boys from their mum, because mum just. I'm a grown man, yeah. My mum's still like, you're still my little baby, Davis. You're still. I'm like, mum, allow me, mum. But banter in it, but it is what it is, and we love our mums for that still, So it was hard, and what we had a nice curriculum that was based on one of the cartoons that I love, Avatar: The Last Airbender, where the young boys had to go through the different elements. So we taught them about the earth cycle. We can talk about that later if there's time or whatever. The earth cycle, the fire cycle, the water cycle, the air cycle. And then after those cycles, then they're ready to go Gambia. And the Gambia it's all about us going out there, doing a little bit of sightseeing. And then we had a 3-day intensive, customized rites of passage, because more time when people hear rites of passage, you hear circumcision, you hear jumping from, high distances or hunting and getting a scarf. Yeah, you know what I mean? But we're dealing with young boys from London who are in Gambia with sliders on. You know what I mean? So right. So it's a different conversation, So we had to be very tender and care. There's child protection thing you got to consider as well, because we're coming from the UK. We was being analysed by local authority, by central government. So we had to be very careful with with this journey to ensure that. And it was yeah, we had to make sure that all of our P's and Q's were on point, you know. But we did it. We came back safe, and we've learned I learned so much about what rites of passage is, and
Most definitely. Give thanks, King. I want to say a special shout out to Lady Divine in the building. She's saying beautiful convo between brothers. Give thanks. And you know what? Because I know Lady Divine from certain arenas. Yeah, I gotta say, you talking about you going to Gambia. There's a perception that people that are Pan-African don't go to the continent, right? And so we've got an example of this, of you going not just by yourself, but with a program and taking other brothers, young brothers, to Mama Africa for the sake of rites of passage and initiating them into manhood. So I just want to point that out, kings and queens here, that this Itagwan, you know what I'm saying, in them ways there, you know. So yeah, man, that's big stuff. Major movements. And I'm sure, I mean, are you able to, obviously, you know, confidentiality notwithstanding, but are you able to give any testimonies from the young people's perspective in terms of their experience in Gambia and how it transformed them?
Yeah, so there was an undercurrent, right? And the undercurrent was, this is not a holiday. Like, this is right. So they had no mobile phones. There was no phones. They had their phone. They had their phone on Christmas Day, so they could say, "Mom, I love you, Happy Christmas," and New Year's. You know, so I think there was like maybe 2 or 3 points that they had. So other than that, and they did not like it. You know, so I don't want to have the idea that yes, we're in Gambia. No, like they were like, not all of them. Some of them were like little babies. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. You know, like we're here. But what really brought us, like, what was really on point was the conversation that we had late at night around the fire. It was those kind of things, you know. I think some of them, because they've not traveled in a long time or whatever, there was a culture shock. You know what I'm saying? But one of the characteristics of rites of passage is you have to go through stress. You have to go through these challenges, and we went through it together. And it was only towards the end we started to see, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. Prior to that, they've not like been in the same room and slept in the same room to it. So there was all these little bits and pieces. Oh, I'm the alpha male. No, that person. So you know how it is already. So there was lots of things that, and also it was like we took them out of Babylon straight, you know what I mean, and put them into heaven, into, you know, the Garden of Eden. So there was all of these emotions that we just had to manage. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the lessons came from. Like, it was a good reminder for us is that even though, taking young masters, we call them young masters, innit? You know, like it's an aspiration, like you're a master, but you're young, you know. Taking them to the motherland was a beautiful and a life-changing experience for them. But and is a message for all of us that like to travel to the motherland. But it needs to be plugged in to a bigger construct, if that makes sense. It has to be plugged into a bigger construct because we are so emotional as a people. We're so romantic that we can get lost in. We can get lost in the whole. We went Gambia, but there's still work to be done. Like, it does not stop. You know what I mean? It does not stop, man.
Yes, most definitely. I give thanks for that, bro. That's a brilliant answer. Family, we're speaking to Davis J. Williams of a man who wears many hats. And at the moment, we're discussing the Manhood Academy Global and its inception and the things that have been achieved in the Manhood Academy. I'm going to be sharing the link shortly, so brothers and sisters who want to come and interact, with Brother Davis can do so. So do stay tuned. The link will be shared shortly. We just want to go through a couple of the other things that our brother does. And so man, so you lot can and we'll stay tuned because we're going to get him to drop the details of where you can get in touch, you know what I'm saying, if you want to get involved and all these things a little bit later on. All right, so stay tuned. The link will be dropped shortly. In the meantime, utilize the chat feature, like up the video and share it far and wide. Share it to your mama, your papa, share it with, you know what I'm saying, you know, the woman that you're checking, you know what I'm saying, that you want to take on a date when, you know what I'm saying, lockdown done and all these things. Share it with her and impress her because you're watching gotkushTV and show her that you're a man of substance. And all these things. You don't know. And with that, my brother Davis, because one of the things that you didn't mention in your resume, that you laid down was the naked truth. You didn't mention
for that. Is it about, because sometimes I forget. I even forgot. I've even got books out as well. I'm an author. Like, I forget in it. You know what I mean? But
You know, so the
Yeah.
Naked Truth, bro. I mean, and for those who know, yeah, the Naked Truth, legendary set of events here. You know what I'm saying? Just based around developing the love between the black man and the black woman. There's a number of different events, including the Weekend of Love, which I had the pleasure of co-hosting with my
yes. That was beautiful, man. Yeah,
man. I won't tell you what I got up to on the Weekend of Love, Kings and Queens. What happened at the Weekend of Love stays at the Weekend of Love. No, I'm joking. I didn't get that. But what's it called? But the apart from hosting, but it's very important though. Like let's talk about the Naked Truth for a second. What was that about?
Yeah. So with the Manhood Academy and all of these things are kind of linked. Literally, it's all linked. So I'll never forget today. So in one room, I want you to imagine you got like about 25, 27 young black boys in one room doing a workshop on, you know, African identity, what it means to be a man, all that kind of stuff. And there was a waiting room with the parents that were just sitting there and just chilling, you know, so 2 different rooms. So I was getting some a little herbal tea, and then I heard the parents is talking. And I went in there and I was like, wow, you guys need a space to talk about. And what they were talking about was this man, innit? Like men, boyfriends, like we're rubbish, we're this, we're that. And I was just trying to defend the man them. So I already abandoned the kids. And I was
Reggie, you can't a conversation full of man just talking about man and trying to defend the man. That's brave, you know what I'm saying? Right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I know, but there was a lot of truth being spoken in it, like, and it was a nice, safe space. So what we decided to do, upgrade that. And because we know that, we said to some of them have got experiences in it, so they don't want to have certain conversations in a community hall, in an estate where there's got to build. No, they want to dress up and thing in it. So we decided, you know what? Boom, let's create an event. I spoke to one of my sisters, Michelle, my partner was involved as well. And I said, okay, look, let's arrange an event. Let's do it in a wine bar where people can dress up, wear their high heels, put their little perfume on, their lipstick, the man them can go and get their hair cut and, you know what I mean, get their little cufflinks or whatever. Let's hold a rave. But before the rave, we're going to have a debate about black love, about the gap that exists between the man and female. And that was the main, the man and woman. And that was the main emphasis, you know. We want to bridge that gap, and also we want to discuss why that gap is there. Oh my days, brother, let me tell you, like, I sometimes I say to myself, Davis, am I naive? Do I live in a show? I'm experienced, but why am I like so shocked that people are biting their hands off to engage in this discussion? People are sharing their experiences. Now we've got to go to a bigger venue because this venue is too small, because everybody from all over London, Watford, are coming down talking about that gap that exists. And we all know what that gap is. And it's something up to today. I was on the Hidden Science Academy last week, Saturday or Sunday, talking about black love. And again, it's like we make black love sound so romantic. Like, yes, it's beautiful. We've got melanin popping. But when it comes down to the actual work and the application of it, you can see that there's things that we need to deal with in our community, but we run away from. And you know what? I've run away from that conversation bare times growing up, you know, but now I'm just forced of it. I have to have that conversation because of where I am in my life. And the Naked Truth, man. And this is why there's sabotage involved in it, you know, because it was so powerful. But you know, it's just like, why do these venues stop messing up? They keep on messing up with our agreement. Like, we're here, like we've already, wait, now you're saying that, you've double booked, so we need to go find another venue. And we start there, like, and that's why we're not doing it at the moment, because there's always venue issues, isn't it? Like, we need our space, we can do our thing, have tutu party, but have a nice conversation. You know, people met there, people have families there. There was 1 or 2 divorce announcements there, you know, but it is what it is. I'm just being true. It is what it is. And you know what's beautiful about the Naked Truth? Like, we'll blatantly challenge you. It's like, yo, where's your man? Why are you, like, we're pointing the finger at you. So don't tell me about, some people this and some. No, we don't want to hear none of that stuff. You talk about you from where you are, do you know? And if you're saying something and I don't quite understand, I'm challenging you. Like, and it was done with love, it was done with respect, and people loved it. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, watch this space.
I've been in that space, right, doing events here, like, you know, black man, woman events here, and the major that it's always had here is that the woman them come, right? And if you're a man, you're feeling live because you're like about 5 man in a room for 100 women, right? And you're good, yeah. If you're single, like it's like that for you, isn't it? But sometimes the sisters them are disappointed because they don't feel like the man them are as committed to these processes, yeah. And so I'm assuming that you experienced something similar in terms of the male female ratio, yeah. And were you able to overcome that at all?
Nah, nah, straight, man, straight.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't, man. You know, like, and you've been there. There were so many beautiful. You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, can hear you. Yeah.
There were so many beautiful queens there. And I'm bringing man them say, yo, like, come and mingle in it and have a conversation and whatnot. But yeah, it comes down to masculinity, isn't it? Like, some men, yeah, we're just scared of that, the power. And I was afraid of that power as well. Like, you sisters admit some power that I don't think you realize it. You know what I mean? You just, some of you don't know the power that you possess, man. And it scares some men, innit? Like, I was scared for years, but me not scared no more. Me there. See? You know, but it's definitely something that we want to revisit. You know, 2022. You know what I'm saying? Like next year. Right. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. And thank you for the support as well. You know.
It's all good, King. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Kings and Queens, just speaking to Davis J. Williams of Manhood Academy Global, alongside many other institutions that the brother is involved in. You know what I'm saying? The man are serious. The man you come like him. You know what I'm saying? You know, like they just do very different thing. You know, that's like go. Family, the link is in the chat. Yeah, so if you would like to interact with brother Davis, feel free to click the link and you can come live, and interact with myself and brother Davis. Or if you want to ask a question or just say big up Davis, you know what I'm saying? Let's do that in the chat as well, and we'll be glad to interact with you. Come through soon, though, Kings and Queens. We're gonna wrap up in about half an hour, 40 minutes. Yeah, so I don't want everybody to just try and come through in the last 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't tend to do that certain time. You know what I mean? So come, all right. You know what I'm saying? Early bird catches the worm and them thing there. Click the link in the description if you would like to speak to brother Davis. Yeah. Now, alongside all of that, brother Davis, so we dealt with the children. We're dealing with the parents and the black love and them thing there. But you also have raw, which is food service. Yeah. What is raw?
Yeah. So again, I'm a vegan chef. Decided to change my diet after listening to like Layla Africa, Dr. Sebi, like rest in peace, you know. And again, it just makes sense. Like if you're passionate about something and you're always talking about it, you need to create a world around it. It's like your insulation, you know. And I don't do good at living in two worlds at the same time, so I had to create a world around healthy lifestyle and working with like families and stuff. You're always telling them, you need to change your diet, but I'm there eating like hamburger. That don't work, innit? It just don't work that way. So we've got a company called Raw where we deliver raw beauty. Let me tell you, like the food is nice. I'm not going to lie, you know, it tastes nice. We don't use tin food and none of them things. Everything is cut fresh. Everything is gathered, seasoned. We've got raw pizza, we've got raw lasagna, and all them things there. So that's something that we do 2 days a week. We did have a little pop-up restaurant in Church Road. Leave that out on these days. Yeah, we did have a restaurant in Housden, Northwest, where we was teaching young people the skills. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them like how to do smoothies, how to prepare certain meals, and put a little bit of money in their pocket. But again, when people see that there's positive things going in, landlords come in and they want to get involved and they want to interfere, and then now we're homeless. You know what I mean? So we just focus on the delivery at the moment, and we're keeping it away until we're certified. Like we're looking for a space because we know that it's necessary. And it wasn't just about the food; it was the conversations that we was having, because we're linking in the naked truth into that conversation because it's all linked. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that we met, like their diet, the only reason they eat that way is because they broke up with that person, and now they. So you got to deal with the breakup. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it out on the food. You know what I'm saying? So we came with that whole energy and that whole vibe, and people appreciated it, man. You know, it wasn't just about the food; it was just a whole transformation of your whole life.
Are you a raw foodist, like in general?
Yeah, like 50%. Yeah, depending on my mood, depending on the season, I will just eat strictly raw food. But then some days I'll say, you know, I want a little soup, or I want a little whatever, you know.
So the reason why I asked is because I went to Jamaica. By the way, when last you go to Jamaica?
You me? My daughter Makai was like maybe 6 years ago.
Okay. I wonder. I'm trying to figure out if me hungry was open them time there. But it's a raw food place in Kingston called Me Hungry. Yeah, my lord. Anyway, listen, right? So I went to Jamaica in 2017. Yeah, I went. But I went for that's when I went to become initiated as a.
Yeah, I remember seeing it, man. Yeah, congrats, man. Yeah,
right.
Big things.
We get off the plane, Davis. Yeah, and the first stop, we obviously the plane lands in Kingston, but we got to drive to Portland because that's where the thing was. Yeah, so. But before we get on the long road, yeah, we stop at this place called Me Hungry, yeah, which is a raw food thing, all right. And they got like raw food pizza and all kind of different things. I can't even remember what I got. Yeah, well, I got a recommendation. I said, let me get that one. My lord, yeah, we were there for 2 weeks. Would you believe that the whole 2 weeks people were talking about the food that we ate on the first, right? It was mad. But because of the we was eating raw. It's the longest I've eaten raw for. I fasted. Like in general, I'm like eating 3 meals a day raw.
Oh, there's a lot of feedback from you, King. A lot of crack.
You get feedback from me? That's interesting.
Or is that me? Let me put my headphones back.
Maybe. Yeah, still maybe I can't hear it.
Okay.
So maybe it's that. Yeah, man. So we was eating raw for 2 weeks straight, innit? Right? And you don't notice now, because obviously we're doing a lot of different physical work with yoga and solar practices and lunar practices and all kinds of different things. You don't realize the transformation that it's having on your body. Yeah, it takes you a while, and then once you realize that, like I'm in some very good shape, like physically, I just feel, you know what I'm saying, like rejuvenated and clean, like your body just feels clean, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know, like this in terms of for you as from a personal journey, what is the benefit of raw food?
Brother, I feel like I feel like I'm the Black Panther. Like see, I feel so strong, so alert, I love playing. I play a lot of football. I play football with like young bucks, like 19, 20, 21. When I tell them my age, they're like, oh my God. Like, they can already tell that I'm mature with the little grey hairs and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? But when I tell them my age, like, they are in shock. And when they ask me, oh, big man, all I can attribute it to is the food. I've not done no scientific experiments, so I can't say it's definitely, so I'm not that, that staunch. But all I know is I've changed my diet. I've just got mad energy, mad clarity. When people ask me, Davis, how am I able to balance all of these things that I do and still be there for my children and still, I can only attribute it to my diet, and I just don't eat rubbish. I fast often as well, drink lots of water. And some people, like they change their diet for a week. Oh, I can't see no benefit. Over a period of time, again, you transform in it. Just the energy, the clarity, the health. I'm really sick, and I make good food now, innit? So I'm always in the kitchen. I love cooking. I love trying out new recipes. I hardly eat out because when I look in the kitchen, I'm seeing tin callaloo. I'm like, nah, man. Like, I don't eat tin callaloo. You know what I'm saying?
I'm living. It's thinking about living in England, yeah. That you don't realize what you're missing out on sometimes. Obviously, man, I'm aki, like the aki and the starfish. And I never realized, like how deficient the tin aki was, until some years ago, right? Where a virgin came back with some aki from yard, like fresh aki from yard, the one they put it in the suitcase, My lord, I tasted this thing, I said, this is aki. You don't realize like it's about the what you're missing out on sometimes with just living in the concrete,
Yeah. But also as well, like every Monday and every Friday, like I'm on the road delivering food and what's sad though is this the state of our people. Like we just eat so much shit. It's like come on, it's like social media, isn't it? Like we know social media is bad and everything, but we use it and like it's the same as the food. Like we know the food is bad, but I hear the stories from some people when I deliver some of the customers, and they're telling me what they're going through, like cancer, diabetes, and I'm just like, it's sad. It's sad stuff, We've got a lot of work to do, innit? Like across the board.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. They say prevention is better than cure, and
100%.
Let your medicine be your food, and your food be your medicine. So.
Medicine, absolutely.
it's important that we deal with nutrition. Last call, family. The link is in the chat if you want to come through and speak to Brother Davis, Manhood Academy, Raw, The Naked Truth. You're all fun. We're gonna get to the books in a sec, bro. But check it out. Also, like up the video and check out gotkushTV.com. Yeah, there are big things coming in the next couple of months where gotkushTV is concerned. So you want to make sure that you're subscribed, hit that bell, and also on the mailing list. Yeah, because you never know what perks you might get. You know what I'm saying? Get wrong with some of the events that we're going to be putting on Kingdom. So do stay tuned, for all of these things. By my counting, Brother Davis, you've got 2 books.
Where have you been, bro?
What have I missed?
How many? No, I've got 4. I've got 4 books.
Okay,
now.
all right, cool. Go to.
Yeah. So and that's the thing. I'm bad, and people cuss me because I'm not like an author. Like, I'm an author. I just write it and then I just I just let it circulate. Do you get what I'm saying? So I got my first book, which is And Along Came a Lion. Right. That was my book of healing. So that's a compilation of different short essays around my opinions of religion, New World Order, Pan-Africanism, Stop and Search, young people. It's just a compilation of different essays and thoughts and perspectives. Then you've got the next book, which is No Enemy Within. I would see that as my real first book, because it was more of a practical guide talking about social media addiction with young people. It's actually a workbook. So we've got that one. My daughter's got a book as well called My First Trip to the Gambia. So when I went to Gambia in 2014, 15, I came back and I started the Manhood Academy. My daughter came back and she wrote a book about it. So she was just infused by how amazing the motherland. It's not just Gambia, but the motherland is and the people and the energy. Also, I've got 2 ebooks. I've got 1 ebook on fasting, and I've got a ebook about teaching parents, not teaching, but explaining to parents what are rites of passages and what they should expect from their son. And also I've got a rites of passage workbook as well. So a lot of parents, I know that they're at home, they've got issues with their child and so on and so forth. So this is a great resource. 1 second. So it's here. So it's a great resource. It's got bare colors, enough places for the young boys to write and them thing there. You got Julian Hall in there. So so it's an actual workbook, and it's all about masculinity, manhood, what it is, but it's coming from a more animated perspective. So sometimes when you're talking about manhood, it can be a heavy conversation. It can be real tense. Manhood, you gotta protect your family, but we're coming from more of a superhero slant. Do you know what I mean? You've got to make that transition. You've got a journey. Now you've been given gifts. How are you going to use it? What are the principles that you need? And so on and so forth. So I've got that. And I think that's it. That's it.
Go on. It's powerful work, bro. I appreciate productive individuals. You're a high level, you're a high functioning individual. And we just got to give thanks. What I'm saying, for what you're putting out. I'm saying, how you're serving the community and how you're continuing to service the community. What do you have still going right now in spite of lockdown and these things?
We've got sessions twice a week. So we've got sessions on 3 times a week. We've got sessions for parents. It's a space for parents to reason. We share some of our perspectives. They'll come with some of the challenges that they're having with their children. We've also got Womanhood Academy as well. I must shout out my queens. They're the yin to our yang, our counterparts. But we've got a space where we just talk about how best to raise children. That's on a Monday. Wednesday, we've got our explosive sessions for our teenagers. I love that space. Yesterday, we was just talking about fathers. It's so beautiful, this talking to other teens about dads, because we know it's uncomfortable, but we just, we're vulnerable and it's okay, innit? Saturdays, we've got our Saturday morning takeaway sessions with our youngers. They're 8 to 12-year-olds, and that space is it's electric. Every week we talk about different cartoon characters, whether it's Black Panther or Spider-Man, Batman, Naruto, you name it. But we're extracting the principles. It's the principles out of these. Even like last week we was talking about Iron Man, how Iron Man is Ogun, and you've got You know, you got Thor is Shango. So we just teach them the African principles of all of these. You know, Spider-Man is a Nancy. So we're teaching them that that don't let them fool you, innit? Like, but it's our way of this, like, because our children, they're eclectic, innit? They're from all different parts of the world, different understandings. Some of them are very religious, and we can't beat them up too much with hard facts. So we have to be a bit more psychological and say, okay, I know you watch cartoons, so let's talk about cartoons. Like, we know that schools can't tell us don't talk about the cartoons because we're talking about X-Men, and X-Men is about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and civil rights and discrimination. You know what I mean? So this gives us that license to speak. But we're speaking about the cartoon though, innit? You know what I mean? So that's what we do as well. On a Saturday, we do mentoring all throughout the week. So we mentor young boys, and so they're the main things that we're doing at the moment, you know, King. And there's other things in the pipeline that we're working on. So it's exciting times.
All right, family. You know what I'm saying? And we have to appreciate this. This is partly what this is about. Like we've been saying, the theme for this season of Quarantine Convos is about the health and wellness of our community. And so it requires for some people to be dutiful, and do that work, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what, And so we're hoping that somebody listening to this right about now is you know what I'm saying, will find the usage for this service and for these services, or know somebody who could use these services, and let you know, brothers and sisters know about it. Right, family, we're gonna draw to the conclusion of our conversation with Brother Davis this evening. I want to give him a chance though to give out the whole of his information and let people know where they can get in touch and find all these beautiful works that you're engaged in.
Yeah, I even forgot as well, we've got like a wicked documentary on BBC iPlayer at the moment called Boys to Men. Okay. And so if you go into BBC iPlayer, just search like Boys to Men and it will come up. All of the stuff that we do can be found in two websites. The first one is manhoodacademyglobal.com, and the second one is MichaelaWilliams.com. Michaela's MAKAYLAH, MichaelaWilliams.com. And so that's where you can find me on Instagram, The Gift of Manhood, Twitter, The Gift of Manhood, Facebook, The Gift of Manhood. Man, like, get involved. Let's build, in it. You know, let's build. You know, when people say, "Oh, Davis, how can I help?" To be honest, I'm not interested in the help. I want to build and connect. Like, let's collide. Let's connect our visions and let's have some long-term strategies. And you know, when you hear the word help, it's more short-term. It's not to say that I don't appreciate it, but we want to build a legacy for our children, innit? So like joining us and being a part of us will be an amazing achievement still. But that's where I am. That's where you can find us. And boom.
Give thanks, family. I will check out this comment. Love, peace, respect, life at home, outer road, and around one's world. For us to unite, get to know that the Black woman is the celebrity star of the show, and the man is a co-star. Chosen. Give thanks. Give thanks. And Queen Handa says, rise up, family, big up Ro Davis and the works, and his wonderful queen running Womanhood Academy. So we give this show also. Big up yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you got to invite everybody to the wedding because you put out the proposal publicly. Yeah, you know.
Standard, brother. Standard, man. Come on.
So everyone that's watching right now, you're invited to the wedding. You know what I'm saying? So come go, or should I say your raw food? You know what I'm saying, at the reception, and
just make sure you keep your distance in there, like 2 meters. You know? Can you imagine?
Can't work. Davis, give thanks, my brother. You know what I'm saying? These airways are yours, yeah. So I just let you know, anytime you need gotkushTV to plug, push, shut in, just let us know, and we'll work something out. You know, because it's our duty to profile the works in our community. That's part of the reason why we're here. And you're one such brother that is not just doing works, you know, but you've been doing it consistently for an extended period of time. Yeah. And I can say that with confidence because I've been about, and now people come and go. Yeah. You are currently standing the test of time. Yeah. And so we appreciate you and the brothers and sisters that you work with, many of whom you've worked with for years as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we give thanks for that. And my queen is saying that she's got her material ready for the wedding. Yeah,
Yeah.
Putting that out there.
And I want to extend the same for yourself, brother. Like, I've known you for years, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, like, just keep on pushing, bro. I definitely want to hear more poetry from you as well. I didn't even know you. I heard you. I can't remember where. I don't know if it was Holloway or somewhere. And you done like your piece, like, what is urban? And I was like, oh my days, like, who's this brother? You know, who is this guy? Like, bro,
do you know what? I'm not gonna lie,
like,
bro. I've been feeling that because I haven't been in that element of my consciousness for a while, and I can feel it. Like I can feel that I haven't been exercising. That's my natural form, like. So I need to get my body. Stay true. We'll get there.
And what's important about it as well is like especially in this country, we need to see more men. I wish I could do poetry. You know, like I will see you guys, and I'm like, I want to be like that. Like literally, like you inspire man to do it. But I just haven't had the momentum and whatnot. But
do you know what?
You inspire other men. Yeah, go on.
Now, because me and brother Nat and I actually had a conversation once, like to do something poetry wise around manhood. We discussed it like once. It was a brief conversation that what it was is that there was nothing happening in the scene, and so we was like, we need to start addressing some of these issues as men. So how can we do that as poets? And so we discussed it briefly, but we never actually discussed it much beyond that point. So maybe we've got to do that again. And we'll see how we can evolve.
Man.
You know
Please,
make it happen. Brother Davis, give thanks for joining us on gotkushTV Quarantine Convos. No doubt.
Yes.
It's been overdue, but we got it here now, and we'll make sure that we do it again at some point soon, family.
100%, man. Look after yourselves. Got push forever, man. Got kush.
No, give thanks. Kings and queens, we have been speaking to Brother Davis of Manhood Academy, Raw, Naked Truth, the author, the father, the soon-to-be husband, and all of these kings and queens, and real good brother in our community. So make sure you support all of the initiatives via the websites and the links that he left for you. And we look forward to profiling more of such works in our community. Next week, sisters and brothers, we have a sister by the name of Teresa Hatchett joining us. And she is a sister who does similar work to Brother Davis, dealing with healing and conversations, between the various aspects and elements of our community. Sister Mott will be definitely back with us as of next week as well. And following that, so that's on the 11th, Thursday, the 11th of March at 7 p.m. Following that, we have Brother Jared Ball, of I Mix What I Like and also Black Power Media over there in the USA. He's going to be joining us for a review, of the film Judas and the Black Messiah, profiling the works of Brother Fred Hampton. Yes, indeed, brothers and sisters, who was assassinated by the forces of global European supremacy as it manifested in the United States of America in the year 1968, if I'm not mistaken. Is the year that he was assassinated. So we're going to be engaging in that review. If you watch the film, do come through. We look forward to engaging in that conversation with Brother Jared Ball. This is gotkushTV Quarantine Convos. Always remember, you ain't got nothing if you ain't got kush. Blacktricity, gotkushTV's exclusive pre-Kwanzaa showcase is now available for you to watch absolutely free. In conjunction with Ghana, the On the Return series, we have brought the African diaspora experience directly to you. To watch this monumental event absolutely free, simply register for membership at gotkushTV.com and you will receive access to Blacktricity as well as more exclusive content, including Reggie Rockstone, Yusufu Jallo, VVN, Malaku Selassie, Daddy Makes Dough, Tods, King Wiz, Tubada, Ras Ashiba, Mama Sia, Brother Leader Bandaka, Israel, Sister Moots, Carla Marie, Yemaya Sankofa, Goldflow, and a special Voyage to Motherland panel discussion. All this and more, hosted by Nat Nye and Stella B. Register now at gotkushTV.com. Black Lives Matter, Black Power, Reparation. Black Lives Matter, Black Power, Reparations. Featuring Esther Stanford Jose, Leo Muhammad, and Jendai Serwa. Three the hard way in conversation about the connectivity and differences between these three movement building concepts and how we as a people move forward towards Black liberation and Pan-African nation building. To watch this powerful and insightful breakdown, simply register now at gotkushTV.com to view this and more exclusive membership content. You can watch this event absolutely free. Register now at gotkushTV.com. gotkushTV, we put the power in Black media. How to boost your immune system in the COVID-19 era. An illustrious panel of health professionals ready to guide you in maintaining optimum wellness in the midst of the global pandemic. Featuring Stephen Sali of the Mariandina Foundation, Ikong of How to Eat to Live, Leah Salmon, the Naturally You Coach, and Kensu Ayim Hotep of the Naturally Holistic Wellness Group. To watch these powerful and life-affirming presentations, simply register at gotkushTV.com for this and even more exclusive content. You can watch this event through gotkushTV Premium. gotkushTV, championing the wellness of our community.
The Woman of Power Summit, a monumental event dedicated to profiling the work of African women around the world, past, present and future, featuring Affiong El Affiong, Ronoku Rashidi, the Goddess Neith Knight, Tony Warner, Ari Ma'at and Celine Ekigwe. To watch the Woman of Power Summit, simply register at gotkushTV.com for this and even more exclusive content. gotkushTV, we put the power in Black media.
2020, a year of many unforeseen challenges, where all had to adjust to a new reality. And despite it all, gotkushTV was and still is here to serve you. And what a year it's been. We began the repatriation journey with our new show, Voyage to Motherland. We dropped the knowledge as you took your seats in the Kush Community and joined us to hold a meds with the Ankh Doctor. gotkushTV invited you to get involved in controversial conversation and enter Decipher. And when the world went into lockdown, we kept you connected with the Quarantine Convos. We kept our finger on the pulse of the community with coverage of the Reparations Rebellion and the Black Pound Day All Day Up. Not to mention more wordsmith and a slew of new music video releases for your viewing pleasure and the official launch of the gotkushTV website. We also brought you events including Women of Power and of course Blacktricity. Now, in 2021, gotkushTV is continuing to level up the thing. First up, we are pleased to inform you that gotkushTV.com is open to exclusive memberships. Sign up to any of our membership tiers and you will gain access to playbacks from all our events and an ever-growing list of exclusive original content, including interviews, documentaries, and shows such as Kush Community. To become an official member of gotkushTV.com, simply hit the membership tab. Stay tuned for continued updates. Then there's the new shows. Look out for more Decipher, Wordsmith, Hold a Meds with the Ankh Doctor, and weekly episodes of Quarantine Convos focused on health, wellness, education, and inspiration for our community. As always, the gotkushTV film team is available for hire to cover all your events, adverts, infomercials, and all filming needs. Visit us at gotkushtv.com for hire inquiries and more information. Stand by all Black businesses through our website, social media, and show content. We have monumental advertising, sponsorship, and network opportunities catering specially for you. Check out the advertising page on gotkushTV.com for more information. gotkushTV is in full flight to join us for the ride. There's 4 things you can do. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell to make sure you don't miss a release. Join us on all social media and hit up gotkushTV.com to subscribe to our mailing list and sign up to become a gotkushTV member for exclusive opportunities in the near future. Let us know you are feeling our content by hitting that ever so important button of approval. Comment. We want to hear your feedback on everything we are putting out. So make sure your presence is felt in the comment section. Share. Spread the word by hitting that share button and exposing your circle to the magnificence that is gotkushTV. We are looking forward to building with you throughout 2021 and servicing you with high quality black media production. gotkushTV, beyond discussion, beyond debate, we put the power in black media.